Welcome to episode 1 of Huh? What? Brycey and I are here. Huh?
There we are.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, this one. A total of
So
9
long.
days now, Brycey.
Yes, it's been like 9 full days of just trying to get this lighting and everything else all sorted. But yeah, we're here.
We're here.
It's absolutely yeah.
We're at other ends of our nation. I'm up in Port Douglas, beautiful, tropical, warm and sweaty Port Douglas. And Bryce, you're down in Chelsea in Victoria. For all you Melburnian listeners and viewers, that lovely state of ours. Yeah, so here we are.
Well, that's it. Yeah, and that's it. That's the good part about being in the best state in Australia, the most livable city at some points, depending whether it's going to be more so the lockdown nanny state, that we all love, and whether it's the rain, the hail, the humidity, and just the heat all in one day. So you pretty much have to have all your clothes in the boot just to survive, really.
Well, that's why I left.
So,
mate, that's exactly why I left, including the lockdowns. The second I heard Andrews was going to do his thing, I hopped in the car and off to Queensland I went.
I was going to say, as in, do you own a jumper at all?
No, not anymore. Oh no, I own one for my travels to Melbourne. That's why I have a jumper, pair of pants. Mate, I don't wear socks. You know, you and I had this chat the other day.
Jeez.
Yeah. No,
my sock drawer is like jam packed. Like I've had to get like sections for it. It's just it's crazy. Like I've got long socks, short socks, all that sort of stuff for every occasion, whether it's sports or thereof. It's just crazy.
Yeah, no, mate. I work on my tan up here. You work on your frostbite down in Melbourne. You got your
Well, do you know what we've got down here? We've got dry skin, and it's just like as in you get dry skin in summer and you get dry skin in winter. Two different things, and they're absolutely annoying. And then also, by the way, we are the world's capital of allergies anyway, so that just makes it even more interesting to live down this way. So.
Do you know what? You're spot on. I remember that time you picked me up from the airport because I suffer hay fever. I don't get hay fever up here in Queensland. I don't know why. Pollen count must be low. I don't take any Telfast. The second I land in Melbourne and you open your window on Tullamarine Freeway, it is all over. Sneezes, boogers, blocked nose, rashes, and then it reminds me why I don't live there anymore. But
I get that.
Yeah, bloody Melbourne. But, about you and I, this is the first episode, so we'll introduce ourselves. We're 80s born kids, late 80s. We're both from 87, so we're 90s kids. We've hung out most of our life, haven't we, Brycey?
We have, absolutely.
We don't see each other as often anymore. And now we're going to do this beautiful nation-breaking record podcast together that's going to blow people away. Mate, it's going to be... I feel like I sound like Trump here. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best podcast anyone has ever seen, okay? But
it's going to make it to China.
China, okay? But yeah, no, mate, I reckon we're going to do episode after episode after episode. I reckon we're going to get a pretty decent fan base here. We're going to be controversial, honest. We're going to be raw. That's what this channel's going to be about. It's called Huh? What?
What?
And we came up with that. I know you and I have discussed it, Brycey, but we've come up with it because that's Bryce's excuse when he has nothing to say. If you ask Bryce a serious question and he needs to gain some time, you will get the old, huh? What? And you'll notice this in our episodes moving forward.
Huh? There's other ones that are going there, but like obviously the main ones are, huh? Just to give that little bit of a break,
Yeah. Buy some time. But yeah, welcome to the channel, people. What's the first topic of discussion, Brycey? What'd you do around the house today? Hey?
Well, actually didn't really do anything around the house. Just actually play some corporate soccer. Jeez, I tell you what, that's just, it's not corporate soccer anymore. Like you sign up to these things and honestly, it's terrible because the bigger companies just, organize these A-League players to come in, and then you're left with I got a bruise here, and I got a dicky knee now. It's just like, getting old now. So it's just hard though.
Do you get paid? Do you get paid for doing this?
Oh, 100% no. Why would we get paid to do this? Like we actually got sponsored this year, which is quite good.
Yeah, but the company rolls that in, yeah?
What do you mean?
Where's the money for that go?
Oh, like no. Well, our supplier is actually like paid to have their logo on our jersey, and then that was.
But where's the money go?
They pay. Oh, the money just goes into like this corporate games, like company that just like organizes the day. They do all sorts of sports.
But you don't get paid for playing today.
No, I'm pretty much 5 Panadols later, and the frozen peas.
Do you regret doing today? Do you wish you didn't have to do today?
Oh, do you know what? It's a bit of fun. It's nice to hang out with like some of the colleagues every now and then, but I don't know. Like it's sort of like as in when you get injuries and stuff like that, it's just a bit you're a bit turned off. But what do you do?
No, I can tell there's a bit of difference in you from yesterday when we had a brief chat to today. I'm just wondering if there was any form of. Are you feeling slightly triggered from having to work today but not getting paid for it, and the corporate people made money and you didn't?
It's fine. Like, shut up. No, it's all right. Like, it's just one of those things, but it is annoying when you sort of like, you've got to, dig deep, just get smashed with like these like A-League, people that are like kicking the ball so hard.
So it's like you're in Rocket League.
Sort of in Rocket League, like it is that. I've mentioned that to a few people, and it's sort of like as in, it's that, not being high enough rank, I guess. In Rocket League and in life. So, yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Bryce and I are, big Rocket League
Avid.
players. Avid is the word. We're huge. I consider myself nearly pro level. I carry Bryce majority of the time. We're 37-year-old men, and we play video games against 9-year-old kids. It gives me satisfaction, And people go,
for me, I love it. I love that we get to like trigger people, and like my favorite is when they've got headsets and I don't have one. And then I just trigger them to the point of like scoring own goals, and they start yelling. It's just like, and then it gets very toxic, which is the whole point of it, really. And that's
why we play.
What we really enjoy.
That's why we play.
It is.
Yeah. Especially, yeah.
But
exactly.
But how funny is it? Yeah, how funny is it when we are playing, and you've always mentioned about the what's it called, your mood. So your mood goes up and down.
Oh yeah.
So literally like if you're not doing great, your mood, like you'll just start losing the games, you'll start like triggering people, and then all you're doing is just like trying to like quit, force a quit.
Exactly.
Do the forfeit,
Yep. Look, sometimes I feel bad. I feel like an older guy playing against little kids, and it's not the right thing to do, and give them shit. But they are half the time better than me. But no, it's, I think it's I hear what you're saying. Like if I won the lotto tomorrow, I'd whoop ass. Like I think I'd be grand champion within a week.
What,
do you know what I mean?
What do you reckon you'll do? Like as in what, you just like,
I'll just play Rocket League.
Someone to play. Oh, no, you just.
But my mood would be that good that.
Oh yeah,
I would,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Got you.
And that's.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd ever play it again if I won.
Really?
I think I'd just be like, I don't know.
Mate,
like
that's all I'd do all day. That's all I'd do is play Rocket League.
I might even just get like like one of those professional trainers just to like train you to be better.
Pay some like actually, 50 grand a week to make you get good.
Yeah, make sure you can actually fly the car.
How sad is this? It's our first fucking podcast, and I reckon we've spent majority of the time talking about Rocket League.
But Rocket League's
we're
like
grown-ass men, mate.
Big. No, but it's a big part of our life, really.
Yeah,
like,
is that normal? Do you think for 37? Like you're nearly 37, yeah?
Yeah, no, but it's not like we're playing like Dungeons and Dragons. Like let's roll the 17 dice and like move to like an enchanted forest or something.
No, but people like our mate I won't name names on this podcast, but a mate who's got a chili tattoo on his arm now. He plays games like that. And
Yeah.
but mate, I would if I had a lot of money. Talking about money, did you see Adrian Portelli's move today?
No.
No.
What's he done today?
Oh, it's McHappy Day, So he went and bought I think it was $42,000 cheeseburger, because one of the Macca's stores was short for their McHappy Day funding. So he bought I think it was $42,000 cheeseburger, as you do, and then drove
Just
away
like
in his brand new Senna. Mate, we're talking about Rocket League, and and there's a guy out there buying $42,000 cheeseburgers. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and also just like, just get a clean sweep of the block, let's just, it's all rigged. Let's be honest. Like that, if you want to trigger me, that triggers me because it's all fake. Like the block, for someone to like, to pretend to buy all these places is just, is such a joke. Like it's just, it gets to the point where, the marketers and all the media people just really ham up, this, the block sales and this and that. But then he goes and does the competition, right? The next day. So he buys them for like just over 15 mil. And then he goes and says, you can win all the block houses for like $10 for like a certain amount of tickets or whatever. And then, or you can take the cash. Now the cash is only 8 mil. So you do the maths. That means the houses are actually worth 1.6. So where's the 15 million that he purchased like all the houses for like 2.3, 2.5, 3 mil? It's all, a bit of a...
Hold on. You got to remember, filming for the block was done quite some time. The auction was done quite some time ago.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, why isn't someone winning 15 million from the property prices if they win, this competition where they can take the houses or take the money? Because obviously if you keep the houses, you go and sell them, it's only going to be worth 8 mil. That's what I'm trying to get at.
How is it only worth 8 mil?
Because, 8 divided by 5 is 1.6.
Yeah, but how much did he spend?
He spent like 15 million to buy them all.
Yeah. So they're worth 15. So he's giving the option.
Oh God!
You can have the houses.
No, that's what I mean. That's where we're different, and No,
but as a business, right? As a business, because you got to think it's a business. Right?
Yeah.
So he spent 15 million.
Yeah.
Now you can choose if you want to have the houses, or now he's calling it a resort. If you want to have the resort, you can have the resort. It's worth roughly 15 million. If you want to sell it, you can, or if you want a quick cash option. Because he doesn't have to give the cash option.
No.
He could just say, hey, here are the houses. Are you a fan of his business model?
Oh, no. Well, I haven't really done too much into it, but like he just like really profits on all the loopholes, which, in business sense is the best thing ever. Because like, let's, go back to Kerry Packer, if you can pay the least amount of tax, then you're sort of doing the best.
So, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, but you got to I think we all know Australia has tall poppy syndrome. It's very different to the US. People don't like seeing people succeed in this country, loophole or no loophole.
Oh, no way. No,
right? That's like if someone like him drives around the centre. Look, it's changing for him now, I think. But
I don't even know what a centre is. What's it? What's a centre you're talking about?
It's a McLaren.
Oh, okay.
McLaren
Mr. Bean car.
No, mate. This is one of. This is one of. Mate, this is it's an ultra rare car. It's a special car. It's worth a Monty. He also had one jacked up to his penthouse apartment. That story. Yeah. So he also got a street legal one as well.
I know the person who actually lifted that up to his apartment or up
there. You go.
What a joke! Like, why would you need to put up into the tallest building?
I love this. We are already controversial here. I'm probably pro Portelli. I'll call it Portelli.
Like you said, it's that tall poppy syndrome. Jealousy is a bug, and
So are you impressed with his business strategy?
Oh, you have to be. You have to be impressive. He's done everything by the books, and yeah, the loopholes that he does, and how he's done his business model is, he must have a good legal team.
I'm pro people giving it a go. I think the guy's hustled
100%.
and hustled and hustled. I think he's had a lot of failures in the past, but the
But
way
you don't learn from like always just like having that success. Like you got to learn
exactly
by
from failing.
failure.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's not what we see. So majority of the country going, oh, hey, this guy's just started this. He's making a lot of money. It's funny. I only raise this because I noticed earlier on, whenever I saw one of his ads, people were saying, oh, it's fake. It's this. You're giving it away, these prizes to family and friends. But it's funny, I recognize some of the names now going, oh, Adrian, you legend. And it's the same people that were giving him shit a while ago. So I think, mate, he has spent the last few years trying to show his haters what's really going on. And I think that's why he's doing things like the block and like his giveaway.
Well,
mate,
it's
he
the
owns the
last of the
market.
block. Yeah, he's not going back, which makes it interesting. So good luck if you've gone into the ballot to go on the block for next year, because Portelli's not buying houses, so they go back to the normal pricing.
Yeah. Huh? So what's something you miss from the 90s?
I would say, well, it would have to be. When did Nintendo 64 come out?
Yeah, I reckon 99. Was it 1999?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yeah, 99.
So then, what year did you say? Like
The 90s. Yeah. What do you miss from the 90s? But you could still have it. You could have a Nintendo 64 today. Is there anything you miss from the 90s?
Yeah, but this is the other thing
that
as well.
You cannot have today. Was it a Friday night in the 90s? Was it like what's something from the 90s? I thought you were going to say hair.
Well, no, but I had hair, up until the age of probably like maybe 25. So
I don't have hair either. I just always wear a hat.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to say anything. You're the one who brought it up, But if you take off that hat, you'll probably see like just you might see him on YouTube, like the bald guy that has like the with the hair on the side, and he does all these,
do you know what?
Those pranking ones.
Do you know what? If we get to 1,000 followers on YouTube, because right now we have 0, we get to 1,000 followers, I'll do a full 3D view of my current head in bright white lights. Yeah, that's huge.
That's huge, because
that's big for me.
Yeah, you're what's it called here? What's that? What's the line called here? Like the hairline? What's that? What's that one called?
I can't see where you're pointing. I can't see yours.
Yeah. Oh,
but you look like you've got hair, but you choose to shave it.
Yeah, 100%. Like.
Can I just? Why don't you just grow it out?
Because I look like Mr. Burns. Excellent.
Smithers.
Smithers. Oh yes,
Homer
Mr.
Simpson, sir, from Sector 7G. A radioactive man, edition number 5. That's one thing I miss watching The Simpsons.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing as well. You could watch that now if you wanted to, but it's watching it like just before the news when, there was always one parent that hated it and the other parent would just love it, because there's so many like good messaging that comes out of it, and also the funny side when you watch it when you get a bit older and you start going, wow, this was meant to be like an animated cartoon for kids, and they've got everything in there, which is, similar to like a, like that South Park as well, like, but in a more of a, I guess not as intense way,
No, I hear
Right.
you. It's funny, we watched Simpsons as a kid, and I was always, and you picture yourself, you're a boy, you go, hey, I'm Bart. Now I'll watch the Simpsons, and I'm like, fuck, I'm Homer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, you know what? We've moved with the time. Like, it's
Yeah.
the only
And then
the only difference. Yeah, is like I just literally don't have that like two hairs over here. I've just it's a little bit furry on top.
so do you
You know.
shave that daily, your head? Or once a
No,
week?
I would say that once it goes darker on the sides,
How come?
than rather on the top, because that's where the hair is sort of like the strongest. Whereas on top, it's literally fur, like it's like this soft, and it's like yeah,
Oh, like Prince
and that's
William pre-balding fizz, they call it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it. I got that little that little pop that spot at the back
Right.
where it's
So
just
it's
like,
like, yeah, okay. Like the baby
but
fuzz hair.
yeah.
It's like reverse Benjamin Button style balding.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's kids out there that have more hair than me. Correct.
Jesus.
Just like
Yeah, one of our mates just had a baby. I did notice.
yeah,
I saw some photos
yeah,
today and I went, fuck, I reckon he's got more hair than all of us. It's concerning.
yeah.
I'm going to have to shave. I know I'm going to have to shave my head one day.
So
I'm concerned.
like what? So when did you think that you were going to get to that stage? Because I got mine when I was in the UK, and I was getting a haircut, and there was this absolutely wonderful Italian lady, and gives me a haircut, and then I thought this was like more of a joke, and she gets out the olive oil, puts it in her hand, rubs it together, puts it on my head, and rubs it in there, and goes, "You should probably use olive oil for maybe twice a week." And I'm like,
Huh?
I was like, huh? What?
What?
Like, what are you trying to say? And then she's like, oh, because you're going bald. And I was like, which, like when we used to live together, like you were always like, you'd walk past and be like, oh God, I think you're going bald. Look, like, don't sit under downlights. And I'll be
Yeah.
like, what the hell? But then it's sort of like it opened me up to then going, oh, maybe the hair is sort of on the way out. So when I came back to Australia, then I started working and all the rest of that. And I got a few haircuts every now and then. And one thing that I got, and this is the other part of me that's, like the tight ass, which, you always got to try and save money any which way you can. And I got a haircut. And then I was like, next time I'm gonna just go get them to shave it off. Just yeah. Anyway, they charged me exactly the same, and I was like, hang on. You go for like techniques of like cutting hair nicely, and now you're just getting and you're just shaving it. Like I get that there's a bit of an artist, hairdresser style, but I was like, stuff this. I can just do that at home. So that's all I do now. It's just like I just thought, you know what? I've done the sums. And figured out that it's, all I need to do is shave my head for like a year and bang, I've made back the money from the, whatever it is that I use, the
Gillette
claw and,
shaver?
yeah. Nah, I could be a Philips one. I'm not really too sure.
You're gonna be surprised at this one. I haven't been to the hairdresser since I was 19.
You haven't been to the hairdresser since you were 19?
I have not been to the hairdresser since I was 19. So when I
Well-
was 17, I started losing hair, and it was bad.
Yeah.
Man. No, I mean, I would have a shower, and I didn't know what was going on.
But hang on. Before this,
Yeah,
I think you need to go back a few steps.
right.
When you say that, what were you doing at the age of like 13?
We were
So do
both.
you remember-
But yeah, both
Yeah,
of us.
yeah,
I'm not going to get the
yeah.
blame for you being bald, buddy. We both.
No. Just hear me out. So
We bleached
I
our
used-
hair every couple of weeks. That's what we
Hunter used to bleach my hair, and then I'd go home, and my mum would be like, "Bryce, why have you let Hunter peroxide your hair?" And I'd be like, I don't know. He just wanted to do it. He said it looked good,
Yep.
and then it was just like, "Don't let him do it again."
Yep, and you looked better after you left my place. I used to do a beautiful. I remember I did once a bleached mohawk for you, or remember we just did the
Peacock.
fringe. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that was in back then, and then you had to get your remember your toner mousse, that purple
Nah.
stuff. It
Oh,
was like
my
the
favorite.
teeth whitening stuff now, that purple stuff that they put
Yeah.
on teeth. That's what we used for our hair in the early
Nah.
2000s, and it made it
You used to
white.
use you used to use so much product in your
Yep,
hair that it was like, paste that like kids use, like to do all their like scrapbooking. It would just be
yep,
all over your hair. And my
yep.
favorite thing would be like, all right, let's go to the shops or whatever. So, yep, all right, let's go. And there's Hunter just like
Testing.
testing one,
Yeah,
two, three,
yeah, yeah.
But
I'd be testing the product and using it.
yeah, just,
Because I went through a lot of product. I used to go through a tub every few days. But
yeah,
no,
but,
look, my hair
but
loss wasn't due to
hang on,
bleaching.
hang on. But what did the lady say to you when you went into the shop and you're like, I want this peroxide, and the lady wouldn't sell it to you
It was
because
too
she's
strong.
like, too strong for you, mate.
Yeah. But it
And
gave a beautiful white, grey color that I'm getting now automatically, which I'm liking. You know, the
the
greys
crust
that
of the,
pop through.
yeah,
I had someone come
crust,
up to me the
crust of the
other week
clown.
and he goes, "Oh, have you tipped?" He goes, "Have you tipped your hair?" He said, "It's such a great white color." And I said, "No, man." I said, "I'm actually going grey, but I used to go for this color." Isn't it weird? The
Yeah,
stuff we were
right.
going for, like I wanted grey tips. That's what
Yep.
was in. Like that's
Yeah.
what was cool in our generation. But no, mate, I was 17, had a shower, and I'm like, what the fuck? In my hair, I reckon it was like a kilo of hair. And the drain started blocking. I went, what's going on here? Spoke to my mum, and mum went, oh, not sure if you know, but your grandpa was fully bald at 19. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
Okay.
no. And I thought, have I got 24 months between now and when I'm like Mr. Burns? Because my
Well,
grandpa's head was like Mr. Burns. Anyway, mate, I wasn't taking it. So I went straight to the doctor. I Googled every product I could and I found some tablets. Some people agree with them, some people disagree with them. I take
all
them.
those chemicals. Yep. Yep.
Yep, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if it makes me fart and shit all day. If I can still have a bit of hair, I will take a quarter of Propecia every single day. And look, I'm not going to say it grows my hair and that, but it has maintained the loss. So if I don't take a
Okay.
tablet for a few days, like when I don't take a tablet for a few days, I start seeing hair on my pillows. I'm like, oh, I better take a tablet now.
Oh, jeez.
But I never
Yeah.
thought you were going to go bald. I did not
Yeah, but
think that you were going to go bald.
on my side, it was sort of like it's that skip of generation where it's like my mum's side of the family, all the guys are pretty much like I think there's only two that have hair out of about 6 or 7, and I think that's just the way it is. But like it doesn't bother me.
But yours
It's actually
came on out
cheaper.
of nowhere.
Well, it's
But hold
funny,
on.
yeah.
You've got a great shaped head, though.
Which I've been told.
Yeah,
I remember
pisses me off.
when I shaved my head at work. I remember this lady came up to me and she goes, "Whoa, you can't just like not tell anyone that you're going to do this like shaving your head like because I had hair one day and it was sort of like that enough to sort of like cover up like it's pretty much like nearly your length but all over." And then the next day, I'm just fully just, buzz cut straight off. And she's like, but you know what? You've got a good shaped head. You're very lucky. And I'm like,
Yeah,
sweet.
you do. You've got a good head. You do. You've got a good. See, I always pick because I've thought about it. Obviously, I've thought, what am I going to look like if I shave my head? And do you know what comes to mind? I don't know why. You know Sam
Yeah.
Smith. You know Sam Smith, the singer.
Yeah.
I reckon I would look. I've got his head shape, and I don't like his head. And that's what concerns me. So I think, fuck. Do you know? I don't
That's
care if I
funny.
end up fully bald. I'll keep these going.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wear a hat because people go, oh, you got thick hair. You've got really nice thick hair. It's like,
Yeah.
just don't fucking take
Yeah.
my hat off. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you go to Turkey and you just get it done.
Oh,
You know.
I've heard and seen some of the horrors that happen over there.
Yeah. No, I would.
Turkish
I'd go
coffee.
to Turkey. Yeah. You like it?
Oh yeah. Like as in, I don't want to get too political, but like Turkish coffee, Greek coffee, they're both great. Happy to
Right.
enjoy them separate places.
I like
Don't want to
Colombian
annoy
coffee.
anyone. Oh yeah. Oh well, that's great. Like coffee or, but are you still having like, a coffee, milk, and like 17 sugars? Or are you putting in your condensed milk or like,
Oh,
no, no,
mate,
hang on,
condensed
hang on.
milk.
No, how do you have your coffee?
No, you're right. I used to. No, I have one coffee a day now. One coffee.
Only one.
Yeah, yeah. I used to have a coffee every hour of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. With about three and a half sugars, maybe some cream. Mate, if you're going to do it good. But the condensed milk, mate, you are spot on. Sweetened
That's what
condensed
I
milk.
remember. I remember that from our childhood, and I say our childhood because we did live in each other's pockets for a big portion, and you with a teddy bear, the tiny teddies, and condensed milk,
Yes.
like
Yeah. You remember back in the 90s, you go to a friend's place after school and their pantry is just a bit different to yours at home.
yes,
Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, like
you had
the
different shit
snacks,
than I did. Yeah.
the snacks are in the like different drawers.
Yep.
You've got they've got a own little setup there.
Yep. Yep. Like Lucky Kids had Dunkaroos. Remember Dunkaroos?
Yeah, I remember them. But see, I didn't really like them. See, I was more on the savoury side of things. Like, and you always,
What,
I'm
cheese and
surprised you
bickies?
brought. No, I thought you were going to go down the chip packet. Sort of like, but
You eating chips. Fuck.
Doritos and chips are just unbelievable. I just love them so much.
Yeah, on a big night, you stopping at a servo and getting even a packet of twisties when you've had a few.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I think it's always, I don't know what it was. Night out was always a meat pie, Doritos, and some sort of like sports drink. And I don't know how, but that made me survive through a lot of the horrible hangovers.
I don't mind you liking chips. It's the way you fucking eat the chips. Like, it's the crunch. You know, when you're sitting with someone and you can love them to bits, like, I love you like a brother. But the sound of you putting your jaw together, whatever you want to call it, the sound of those chips, it's like it goes into huge slow-mo for me and it pisses me off. Like, it's just, I don't know what it is. I just want to kill you. And then you have another chip ready. You have this chip ready for the next bite. And then you even give it this rub afterwards. And I see other people do it as well. I'm at the airport. I actually film them. And I send it to you and I go, this is what it's like. And then I even put the video in slow motion so that you can really get a sense of, I want to know if it annoys you too.
Well, it doesn't annoy me. See, like, as in sometimes when people, like, it's not the first time I've heard it because I grew up with two sisters that were just like, like you're annoying. Like, you're eating chips loudly. And then what do? I eat them slowly and crunch them slower just so I don't make so much noise. But, like, apparently it doesn't make any difference whether you do them so, but.
You do this sniff after as well. You do this. It's like you're fucking snorting. It's like you're doing a line. Do you know what I mean? You're getting this satisfaction, and
oh, absolutely.
yeah.
When you grew up with not having too many snacks around, and then the moment you got a chance, you just went to town on them.
This is where you and we're similar guys. We've grown up together, but we're polar opposites, right? Like when you guys, I'll never forget it. I think the first time I had fish and chips with you and your family. Now for me, I'm an only child. I just grew up with my mum, no dad even. And so when fish and chips came to the house, it's all for me. I knew no better. I went, most of the shit here, 90% of it, mum might take a few chips, and this is only child syndrome. And then I come to your place and, we're having fish and chips tonight, and it's sort of like, I remember your parents sort of saying, hey, make sure you get in there. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
but get your plate, get in line.
You get a plate. You open it up like it's like a sort of like a blanket, and there you go. And it's just you sort of take what you want. It's the
yeah, but you guys are like seagulls. You know,
Oh,
and
100%.
you look
Yeah.
away, or if you're a minute late, man, it's all gone, and all you see is the grease on that old grey paper that we used to get, wrapped up in those kilo of chips that you guys used to
Yeah.
buy. You
And
know,
then and the other thing as well, like it was always like if someone wanted sauce, like I hated sauce. I don't know why, just hated it.
were your sisters strategic and put tomato sauce all over the chips so that at least a third of what was there?
Well, what they used to, well, see, this is the thing. They used to put it on the paper and then, so they could dip things and then put it on their plate. So they were a little bit on that, but
Yeah, yeah. Is that why you enjoyed coming to my place
well,
as
yeah,
kids?
like as in what?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, your mum was practically a chef, so it was just like, what would you like for breakfast? I'm like, what do you got?
Huh? I'll have
Then just,
scrambled eggs with some
yeah,
gourmet cheese and this and then that's what you got. No, but if you saw
yeah.
6 Danny Taste Greats, remember Danny's? Remember them? Danny Tastes
Uh,
Great.
is that like Yogo?
Similar.
Like
You
the
remember they came in like strawberry, banana, and I think another flavor. They were called Danny.
nah.
And
I remember them, but I don't think we ever like really got them because like the old man would never buy anything that he would never buy Kellogg's. He'd only ever buy like sanitarian or whatever it was because he said everything else had too much sugar in it. You
right.
go to your house, it's like Fruit Loops, Cocoa Pops. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, here I'm having like Weet-Bix. Like, yeah. How many do you do?
Oh, it's like Milo. Remember making the Milos? You used to tell me off.
Oh, well, I used to be like, dude, you're gonna get in trouble. And then like the old man would just laugh at you. Be like, you
Nice.
better have all that.
Yep. Yep. 3/4 of Milo, 1/4 milk.
Oh,
And it turns into a paste. I'm not even drinking it anymore. It's not a Milo drink like yours. Like, do you know what
no.
I mean? Mine was a paste. I ate it. I ate my Milo. You drank yours.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
that's it.
But
But
yeah.
now I don't even drink. I don't even drink milk anymore. Like I'm on like the oat milk. Like and
Oh,
it's
what's happened?
I just don't have full cream anymore. It just doesn't agree with me. So
Do
yeah,
you know that's
on the
something
oat.
I have noticed in recent years.
Yeah,
Um, I just can't eat and drink what I used to.
nah.
But
Oh,
it worked on a
what?
clock. One day out of
Do you mean
nowhere.
like alcohol or just like as in drink
No,
any?
like if I were to have a big M tomorrow, I'm gone for 3 days on the toilet.
Really?
Yep. Yep. If I had a sausage roll, I'm buggered. If I had wingdings from a service station, I'm gone. If I have Maccas, I'm completely depleted. I can't have chili anymore. Can't do any of that
Oh,
stuff anymore.
do you know what? Chili is like it's got to be in It's got to be the right type, and this is where like like with I don't know if you like sriracha or if but sriracha is just hot. It doesn't taste like anything. Like at least with a little bit of Tabasco, like you're getting a little bit of the tomato flavor. But sriracha is just hot, just
Yep.
hot liquid, and I don't
Yep.
even. There's no flavor to it. It's just hot, and 100%. As you get older, just throw it away. You don't need it.
Remember back then, we used to play games, PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, and go, fuck, these graphics are so good.
Oh,
And those memories have stayed with me, as
yeah.
in the graphics. And then I bought a PlayStation 1. I bought an original one, and I wanted to
Yeah,
buy
right.
every game that I had ever owned back then. I
Yeah.
wanted every game. I had a nostalgic month, and I went,
Yeah.
I want to play these games. I turned it on. The graphics are shocking.
Oh,
Like, it's so
100%.
bad. So bad.
It's like,
Like,
it's like the I don't know if you did you send me the remake of like the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 2? There was someone sent me like as in like they're
yep,
remaking like all these games and they're
yep.
going to be you can play them on like PC or your Xbox or your PlayStation 17 or whatever it is these days. Yeah, and like that'd be amazing because I used to love like like Conker's like Bad Fur Day, the Donkey Kong Country, like all those sort of like fun games. Like I really Mario, like anything Mario is great. Mario Kart, those.
Mario Kart, mate. Mario Kart. Don't you just love those lap times in Mario Kart and that battle between a good friend?
Absolutely. My favorite thing is like how we were battling during COVID of who could have the best time, and it would be in the group chat. It'd be like, oh, this person's done it. Bull. Next person. Then someone else beats it by like a second. It's like, bull, 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 suck eggs. And then like then the next one will be, they would send in, oh, I've beaten it. And then it got to a stage when I think I beat the time that we were all trying to do in the same course. And then I think I ruined the game for all of us because we couldn't beat it.
No, you're right.
And I couldn't, and I couldn't even get close to it anymore. I just had a fluke, jumping around the corners, boosting here and there, done.
Yep.
And then it was the best thing ever. That lasted for 4 years.
I remember. And then someone broke that record. I think it was 2 months ago.
Huh?
What? And I spent 15 hours doing that. And you're going to laugh at this one. I was at a restaurant recently and I raised Mario Kart with one of the waiters.
Yeah.
And he's sort of, his background's Chilean, Italian, something like that. And no way can you beat me. He said, I'm just, I'm the greatest. I've got the best times. And I said, no, mate. I said, you don't understand. I said, I got this Switch to beat a mate on one circuit on a time trial. That's the only reason I really got the Switch. And he said, no, guaranteed I'll beat you. Anyway, I brought my Switch in. It's still at the restaurant now. I went there yesterday.
Really?
And they're at the bar still trying to beat my lap time on Mario Kart. And he's actually getting a bit salty and triggered.
I'm just trying to, I'm going to play like devil's advocate here. Who's to say that time that you so beat was actually you and not someone at the pub that you've given this to?
Because I've got it on recording.
Huh? What?
I've got it all on recording, pal. Don't you stress about that. I'll send it to you.
I'm just... Yeah, but I can make a video too of beating that time. And then,
Go on.
which I did anyway.
Yeah, you fucking liar.
That was so good. That was so great. I the only thing I messed up with is I sent you the wrong screenshot and that made it all unstuck.
And exactly.
Yeah.
Have you got a drink with you tonight, Bryce, or are you on water?
Oh. No, it's on the water. I'm too dehydrated.
Oh, big day playing soccer. I've got here a special. I've got a special drink here. Seeing as we're talking about Adrian Portelli, I've got the G up.
What's the G up?
You know what a G up is.
No, don't know.
Anyway, this one I'm going to have it now.
Yeah.
So this is cotton candy. You remember Troy Candy from Lang? He's a Langy boy.
Oh, Troy. Who?
So Troy Candy.
Yeah.
You got to say you know him. So Troy Candy grew up in Langy, had the hot cars, constantly doing skids up Cranbourne Road. So him and Portelli are in business together with LMCT Plus.
Right.
But this here, they brought out their drink, I'm going to guess, what was that? A year and a half ago?
Yeah.
They launched G Up. And I think they're on their 5th flavour now. So they took on cruises. They're
right. So this is alcoholic.
Yeah, mate. This is so they took on cruises.
Like sometimes you say G up. It's like, is that a V? Like or
yeah,
like
no. Vodka, 4.6% alcohol. Flavour is cotton candy, but it's got electrolytes in it, and I think it's sugar free. Right.
So
anyway,
it's an alcoholic beverage that actually hydrates you.
Correct.
Which
and
is
it helps with your hangover. And this is not a paid-for product. We're not sponsoring this. I do not
I've never had
encourage drinking. Oh, no, you should try. So anyway, look, you know me. I love business. I love hustlers. I love people that are out there trying to do something. And Adrian and Troy got in business together. I believe at one point they were competitors with something or other. I'm not sure if it was the giveaway thing that they were doing, but they ended up hooking up together. They worked together on LMCT Plus, but they also brought out a drink called G Up, and they went, "We're going to take on
Yeah, right.
cruises." Right?
Yeah.
And they brought out cotton candy. This here is from the first batch.
Really?
This is the first batch. So I've got a feeling they've changed manufacturers since then. But
Right.
I'm going to give it a taste. This is, the original first batch G-Up of cotton candy.
I was going to say, does it go well with all your vape cotton candy too?
I'm vaping Coca-Cola tonight. So, and I know you love giving me shit about the vaping. But I'm going to give...
But, yeah. Well, what's his G Up?
Oh, cotton candy. So it actually tastes like... It smells like fairy floss.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing. That you like... It's like cotton candy, which is obviously American, Americanized word, and then fairy floss.
And you like it.
It's the best thing ever.
And candy being Troy candy. So this is his flavour.
Yeah.
And they
fair enough.
they just launched Flipside as well.
What's Flipside?
Flipside's an energy drink exclusively available at 7-Eleven.
Oh, exclusively available at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
For how much? Like $16.99?
No, I believe they had a sale 2 for $8. Again, this is not a sponsored
Yeah, fair enough.
podcast. No, but seriously, I haven't tried the Flipside yet.
I don't like energy drinks. I don't know what it is. It's like, but in saying
really
that, depends on how the guarana taste in it, because that's essentially what the whole energy drink is. Like V, I just find it so fake, and it just feels like chemicals.
Yep.
It's just that horrible.
I know what you mean.
And yeah, but yeah, no, I'll have to give it a go. What was it called again?
G-Up.
No, the energy drink.
Oh, Flipside. There's two
Flipside,
flavours.
okay.
Yeah, 2 flavours. I think it's pina colada and something else. But, mate, business. I'm just talking business stuff.
Yeah.
Like how they've captured the Australian market, whether it's through LMCT Plus or whatever, but their reach for the drinks now. Like you got to give credit where it's due. It's snowballing. They can launch, and I love it. He said this a few weeks ago. Like he could launch a packet of pegs, clothing line pegs, or kitty litter.
Yeah.
And it will sell because he's got the market.
What's a drink called again? The blue one?
This is G-Up, cotton candy.
G-Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that sold all over the world or just in Australia?
I believe at this stage it's just all in Australia, but it's everywhere. Liquorland.
Yeah. Because I find it funny that they have gone the cotton candy. But I guess it's because more for his name.
What would yours be called?
Huh?
I reckon you'd bring out some burgundy flavoured drink.
Oh, nah. I'd be doing some blending of some whiskies or something like that.
So tell me, like this is exciting.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. Yeah.
We should give that a go.
All right.
I have tasted your homemade beer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
The always was the favourite. The stout was the best, and then the second best was the first batch of just normal draft beer, and that was apparently the best, which I never was able to recreate. So sometimes I say, you've got to write everything down, measurement. You got to do when you actually put it all together, the time, temperature. I know a mate who has a logbook of his beer diary, and it's like, "Dear beer diary, today it was, 30 degrees. I added, a kilo of malt with the extracts and this, and then put the water in and did all that, and yeah, and he's been able to recreate. He does a really nice cerveza. I've never had one better.
Look, I appreciate anyone that tries to beat the 9-to-5 life.
Yeah. Well,
that's not at you. I'm saying
I know.
I can't stand the 9-to-5 Australian lifestyle. I just don't think it works in this day and age anymore.
No,
and
it really doesn't.
People, and I think people need to be re-educated on, I think you've said this before. We're all tuned to be like this. We're taught, and what do you call it?
We are, well, we're conditioned to being, we're
It's the
conditioned. Condition of having,
you must do this. Yep.
well, yeah, you need to have purpose in life, and whether that is 9 to 5, like, and this is like we've spoken about this, the whole high school thing. You leave high school. Some people like drop out of school, or they straight away after high school they just go, you know what, I'm just going to go get a full-time job, and they start earning more money than their friends, and they love it. But then what they miss out on is going overseas or doing it, a crappy job to, save a bit of money and party up, and have the freedom to do whatever they want. But it's sort of that hard one where, like, I think there needs to be something that changes where you do some schooling, and then there's got to be like, and this is where, like, sometimes other countries do it better. And I think Australia's a little bit behind when it comes to our schooling and what we do. Look at America, that they've got like 3 sectors of schools where they do like pretty much like junior, middle, and then high school, and then you sort of, once you finish that, you then go on to like some sort of college or university or something like that to go further.
Yep. And
where we're sort of like, you just do 1 and 2, like, primary, high school, and then bang, you're in the real world. And it's sort of, some people study their whole life, like if you're a doctor, you're pretty much like, if you, do the 13 years that you do of school, and then you do the, whatever it is, the 7 years that you needed to do at university, like it's just crazy. Like you're 20 years of just studying. And then if you want to do like PhD, and then you want to do, changing the bachelor of this and that, it's just, where do those people enjoy? Well, what they do is they just earn all that money, and then do you know what they do? They buy all these expensive cars and just, go on holidays when they get a chance.
No, that's exactly right.
They're working, more than the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like some of them are doing 6 days a week. Like, where's the quality of life there?
No, exactly. But I also think technology, like all the time we've spent at school, how they used to say, teachers used to say, hey, don't use a calculator because there's not going to be one in your pocket every day when you're in the real world. And I know we've all seen that meme, but it's so true.
Yeah.
Like there is a calculator, and I feel now so much time has been spent teaching us. Teachers haven't thought about what's it look like in 10 years when these guys are actually out in the workforce. Let's not concentrate on today. So if I was a teacher today, or if I was a curriculum, whatever you call these people, that set the guidelines for education in Victoria or Australia or whatever, I'd be sitting here going, right, okay, you've got these preppies now, so in 13 years' time, 14 years' time, they're going to be out in the workforce. What's that look like in 14 years' time? There's no point becoming a photographer because you can AI the shit out of anything now. You've got Adobe software, but even Adobe photography, people, even professional photographers are taking photos and saying, they're uploading their photos into Adobe and then saying, can you make the gravel road a proper road? And it's like, nothing's real.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? But you know what the kids are doing these days? Like the prep in 1 and 2, they're all learning coding and website design and how to make animation.
But see, that's not cool. But the reason why, like I see, but see this thing, that's today's world. When they're 18, do you think there's going to be a need to design a website?
Well, who knows?
But do you get my point?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, as in, like for us, in argument's sake, like as in, we learnt about Pythagoras theory, but we didn't learn about what tax is. We didn't learn about what a mortgage is, into the fact of like how to actually get one, how to maintain it, and what
Exactly.
to do with all of your money. You know, there's no life skills. They never tell you, because as much as we've got all this technology world, you still have to fill out forms. Like some of the kids these days don't even know what a form is.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So
No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I just feel that it's just like if someone said to me tomorrow, "Hey, I'm out of school and I've got $5,000." Right? I've got $5,000 to my name. I've
yeah,
just finished school.
yeah,
I would suggest to go find a product that's marketable. You quickly build a brand. You can get all that done now for under $1,000. No joke, right? You go to China, you can find the products. You don't even need to visit China anymore. You can hop online. You can look at what's selling, what is hot, what's hot in the marketplace right now. Call it beard oil, just for fun. Call it an eyelash serum, whatever it might be, right? You get an app like Canva, you create a logo, you register the business name, and I've done this in the past.
yeah.
I actually pre-sold product before the product even reached me. I'd already had enough income to pay for my first batch. So I had you got to think, I had a product that I had digitally done for advertising reasons, branded
Yes.
and everything. I put it on a website, I advertised it, I put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram. I think by that time I had spent $300-400. I already had pre-sales through Shopify because I launched the crap out of it and then I placed my order through China
Right.
with the money that I had already made.
Yes.
Right? Now, if you've got $5,000, you can create a successful business. And people get scared, they get worried, but the process is really simple. And I know we're all different, and some people go, "Hey, I don't know how to do that," but you can learn how to do it. You can hop on
Yeah,
Google.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, people go, "Oh, I don't have this, or I don't have that," or you can. I don't know if you watch Gary V. Do you watch Gary V online at all? A guy called
Nah.
Gary V. So and I love it. He's loaded. He's got a whole bunch of businesses, but there's one thing he enjoys doing, and he says it. He says, if I've got $5 and I've only got $5, I will go to a garage sale on a Sunday with my $5. And he said, and I'll look at the garage sale. And he said, sometimes there's things at garage sales for free, right? But he walks out of these, call it with a teddy bear that he paid $2 for. And he does a reverse image search on Google or on Amazon, and it says that the bear's worth $35. And he picks up this bear for $2, but he ends up selling the bear for $30. I'm just saying, in today's age, there is no excuse anymore. ChatGPT, I'm a huge ChatGPT fan. I know a lot of people don't like using it, data reasons, things like that. But that gives you great answers. China. Listen, okay, it's all Chinese. China.
You know, do you know what's funny? He hasn't really done that.
No.
He hasn't really done it. No, he's a bit quiet at the moment. But I think he's just is he waiting to do everything like
I think he's already done 20 to 40% of what he's aimed to do. I reckon he's already had, and it says it in the media, he's already had these discussions with other world leaders. I think he's already accomplished so much before he's even started, right? And there's no more.
And even going to give us more tariffs too.
Yep, exactly. And
well, hopefully he doesn't really do that, because all it does is just hurt the exports.
Would you have voted for Trump?
100%. It's but that's I would have gone for him, because more like, I think we've discussed about this. Like, he runs that country as if it's a business, and
that's what's needed.
Yeah.
Well, the nation voted.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. They did. Yeah.
They did, and that's the answer. And Sleepy Joe's going to leave the White House.
How was him wearing the hat? That was just they're he was ousted, so he's Trump all the way.
Yep. I reckon he's bitchy on Kamala. He's bitchy. Kamala. Kamala. No, but seriously, mate, fair win. I think I don't think there's many other people that could have handled his campaign the way he did. He was, several assassination attempts.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
34, 36 convicted felonies. And to think that you...
Impeached twice?
Impeached, to think that you can do all that, go through all that, and be elected. And do you know what the thing is? This is different to 2016. 2016 was I think even it blew him away in 2016 that he was elected. And I think now, because he has been president, had a 4-year gap, and was re-elected, I think he's just turned around and gone, it's mine now. And I've deserved this win.
Yeah.
And he knows I'm in control. It's not rigged. It's look, and I've said this to you before. I'm not going to say I love everything about Trump, but we don't need to. You know? But as a leader, I wouldn't want to piss him off. Like if he said, I'm having a conversation with little Putin tomorrow, I'd be scared if I was Putin. You know what I mean?
Well, it's apparently, like, it's funny that like the discussions are going to happen with Ukraine, for the first time in 2-3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a coincidence? I don't know. It just feels, like you said, he's already had his conversations about, if I'm elected, better watch out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Better get all your ducks in a row. Let's make this world great again. And that's sort of like, because let's be honest, whoever is running America is running the free world. And I mean, like,
yeah, we're controlled by them.
They dictate.
Yep.
Yeah. And from the stock market to, there's a lot of influences that we get from them. What do you do?
Yep. Influencers. Do you like influencers? I'm talking about social media influencers now.
Well, I don't know. Like, they don't really do anything for me. What about you?
No, I'm not influenced by them.
I think
weird. An influencer would need to, like, if I see a fitness influencer, they should influence me to, to be fit. And, there's certain, so it depends. I'm struggling with the term, you read it in the news, influencer. Well, hold on, what is that? Is it someone that's promoting products for money? Is it someone showing
100%.
their glutes, bending over and, sort of nearly semi-OnlyFans stuff? I don't know. Would you do OnlyFans if you were a single bloke? Would you sell feet pics and butthole pics, Brycey?
Oh, I tell you what, my feet and butthole are not something that would be making money. Actually, well, does gross feet and gross buttholes, do they make a lot of money?
Do you know that there's fetishes for these things? And that's what I find really, really intriguing. I'm not saying I like, rough feet and dirty buttholes, but there's a fetish out there and people are paying $50,000, $60,000. And I've heard this. 50, 60 grand
crazy,
for a good private shot. But, do you know what, Sal, your head.
How?
You're nice, you've been your head is a nice shaped head. You could start only heads.
Let's start one up. It's a heart what? Heart what? Head?
Huh? What?
I might sound too rude though. Heart what? Head?